I'm Samee Griffith for Arts Focus. Dr. Jackson Leung was professor of piano for 34 years at Wright State University. He was the coordinator of keyboard studies and director of the Wright State University Chamber Orchestra. He retired just this spring.
I started teaching at Wright State in 1991. That's like in the 1900s.
Way back then.
Way back then.
I remember.
You remember. And so I started out, of course, I was teaching applied piano, class piano, and some other courses, like history courses. But then the orchestra conductor at the time, Dr. Bill Steiner, asked me to see if I was interested in conducting. I said, sure, although my only experience as a conductor was in choral area. So he was telling me, he was very kind and very helpful, suggesting repertoire for me, what to program, what not to program, what is challenging and what sounds good but it's not too hard, and that kind of thing. So I started out conducting the then community orchestra. And but when he retired, I actually took up the chamber orchestra as well. So for a period of several years, I was conducting 2 orchestras at Wright State while teaching piano. So they are getting 2 for the price of 1.
A lot, yes. Good use of your skills.
So, of course, I did not go to school studying orchestral conducting. So while I was at the job at Wright State, I was given many opportunities to study in workshops and summer institutes and so forth. So I had a lot of podium time. Of course, I made mistakes, I learned, and it was a wonderful experience.
So one of the significant memories for me conducting was not actually while I was a student, although there are those as well, maybe concerto night. One of the significant memories that I have, though, is when you conducted Mendelssohn's oratorio Elijah.
Oh.
And from what I recall, a student had challenged you to conduct it from memory. And you did. Did that change your experience?
Actually, I started conducting orchestras in 2000, and I was determined to start conducting most of the repertoire from memory. Yeah, my incentive was not to impress the orchestra, the students, or the audience, but I want to know the pieces as well as I could. As the great conductor Claudio Abbado once said, there's no limit as to how well one knows a piece. And, 15 years ago, I conducted a piece from memory. Now I'm finding new insights and new ideas about the piece. So there's just no limit as to how well one knows a piece. I must say, at the Elijah performance, I did have a cheat sheet. It's challenging. Of course, the conducting of the choral numbers were difficult, but the recitatives and the arias were quite challenging as well.
So, of course, with all this conducting, your primary responsibility was in piano. You were a pianist. You are the keyboard coordinator. You did a lot of performing, and you did some both solo and duo performing with your wife, Dr. Benita Leung. Tell me a little bit about that.
There's no bigger joy to perform with one's spouse, and the number of years that we played together was really pure joy. So we started out performing the standard repertoire, the Rachmaninoff suites, but then we branched out to more modern repertoire, Samuel Barber's Souvenirs and Balcom's Recuerdos and Copland and other composers, Lutoslavsky.
Now, you have performed with her both on 2 pianos and as a single piano duet. Do you have a preference?
I think, of course, with two pianos, you have the bigger sonority and more possibilities of sound. But with one piano, too, the four hands, you get the intimacy of working so close to each other and to just the give and take. It's beautiful.
You did a recording together as well, and was there anything challenging about doing the recording, or was it sort of another day at the piano?
It was challenging, definitely, because you hear all the little details. And Samee, I was so happy that you mentioned that you helped turning pages in one or two of the pieces.
It was a very defining memory for me. I loved watching the two of you. It was very interesting for me to watch the two of you work together. It was, as the page turner, it was, trying to stay out of the way, but watching the process of you two working together and recording your pieces was pretty amazing. I really enjoyed that.
Thank you so much.
I'm Samee Griffith. Arts Focus is a production of Discover Classical.